Hi there folks, it's Bernie Weemers here with Adrian Jarvis tonight. You're watching RRTV. We're here to broadcast round 2 of the Star Mazda Australian Championship, and we're coming live to you tonight from Suzuka Grand Prix circuit. So we're running a bit late, so we're going to get through this pretty quickly. Looking at our point scores at the moment, we have Sam Sutton in first place on 301 points, followed by Michael Schreier on second. Gary Hamilton's on third at the moment with 265 points, followed by Marcelo Rivera and David Arnold in fifth. Sixth is Joshua Burden. Seventh, Josh Anderson. Eighth, James Keane. Ninth is Ashley Thomas. And rounding out our top 10 of point scores is Scott Tamlin. So having a very quick look at the track tonight, folks. Total, we've got 17 turns in here. Total race distance tonight is 18 laps. Incident limit will be 20 with fast repairs of 1. The setup is fixed and it's medium downforce, and their fuel is limited to 11.4 litres. Looking at the weather, it's mostly cloudy out there with an air temperature of 21 degrees Celsius and winds of northwesterly at 16 kilometres an hour. So as we go to live pictures, I'll welcome to the box Adrian Jarvis.
Hey Bernie, hey viewers, welcome along to Mazda Championship, Bernie. It's pretty first time in here with you, calling these cars. Yeah, just a cool little car to drive in, mate.
Yeah, it certainly is, and tonight we're expecting a total of 60 drivers in this split, so it's going to be absolutely crazy out there tonight as they get around the first couple of corners.
Yeah, Bernie, I think we're going to have our hands full tonight with that many drivers in here, but give us a little bit of a warm-up for our other commitments later on on the weekend, mate.
Yeah, definitely, because for the GT3 folks are expecting about 52 drivers along to that on Sunday night, so 2 action-packed races here. But we're just having a look now at the fastest lap is being set by Jake Burton with a 2 minutes .006, so he takes provisional pole at the moment.
Yeah, not a bad time there, Bernie, especially at Suzuka. So a nice track, this one, Bernie. I love Suzuka. I seem to drive it okay, this one.
Yeah, it's a really nice, fast-flowing track, well suited to the Star Mazda around here. So we're just having a look at the moment, folks. I'll tell you what our top 5 is. We have Jake Burton in provisional pole, followed very closely by Sam Sutton in second. Dave Jellings is currently sitting in third, Simon Eriksson fourth, and, well, David Jellings just jumped up to fourth. Then Wayne Burke has snatched away pole position there, Adrian.
Yeah, with you may as well say a 2-minute flat there, and then it's just been changed by Michael Schreier there, Bernie. Oh, and it's gone again to Aaron C. Lee. These numbers are starting to drop down. So guys are really on it. A 59.5 there, Bernie, by Aaron. That's a quick time.
It certainly is. The times are absolutely tumbling now. We've got 2 drivers. Now Sean Kelly's just brought in the provisional pole, 1:59.439. So it's very exciting qualifying tonight.
Yeah, it certainly is, and there's no draft here, folks. The guys are out there on their own, so they're whacking in these times, these hot laps on their own, so there's no advantage of draft. So this is just pure speed that these boys are producing at the moment.
Yeah, that's right, and the cameraman's jumping on with Michael Schreier now, so we'll jump in the cockpit with Michael, folks. Oh, well, we won't, because now we're jumped back to Josh Anderson. We might do that when the race starts, but we're having a close look at Josh Burden and Michael Schreier at this stage, trying to put in a hot lap, and we'll focus in on Michael Schreier.
Yeah, it looks like my cameraman's on the same mindset as you at the moment there, Bernie, jumping around on Michael Schreier. That paint scheme looks pretty smick out there tonight.
Yeah, it certainly does, and Oh, there's so many drivers I can't even find, Michael. I'm going to have a meltdown tonight, mate.
Yeah, certainly will. He's currently third. Well, no, he's just dropped down to fourth there, Bernie. Marcelo Riviera there has brought it down to a 59.2, so that's quite a quick time there, Bernie.
It certainly is, and so Marcelo Rivera at the moment, provisional pole, followed very closely, only 0.2 of a second in it between him and Sean Kelly at the moment. And then Aaron Lee for Redback Racing's jumped up to third, so that's a good result for Aaron, which has pushed Michael all the way down here into fourth at the moment, so very competitive at the moment out there.
Yeah, it certainly is, Bernie. Look, we go down to Wayne Burke in ninth now with a 2-minute flat, and the fastest guy is a 59.2, so 0.8 between first to ninth at the moment there, Bernie. Even right down to, geez, I could go down to 12th there, Bernie. There's 0.8 between first and 12th.
Yeah, we're in for quite a treat here at the moment, folks, because Michael Schreier and Aaron Lee are both on their final laps, and they're both pretty much neck and neck on the track at the moment. So looking at it, there's only 0.1 of a second between these two drivers, so who's going to potentially take out third? So as we're having a look now as Michael Schreier leaving the hairpin. It's a pity we don't have splits so we could read those out, folks, but I might try and work that in for next qualifying.
Yeah, that's something that'd be really cool, Bernie, having splits here as Michael's coming up now, and he's finished, Bernie.
Yeah, Michael's aborted, so he will be starting from fourth at the moment, which means at the moment the top 4-5 are Marcelo Rivera in provisional pole, followed by Sean Kelly in second. Aaron Lee now coming around to finish his lap. We'll see if he can get a better lap in here and potentially bring him up the grid. As we watch now, Aaron Lee coming across the start-finish line for the last time, and he did a 1:59.362. Not good enough to improve, Adrian.
Yeah, not good enough, and possibly he had an off track there too, Bernie. It looks like it didn't come up as the fastest lap for him, so obviously he had a little off track there, and Sean Kelly goes across the line and he couldn't improve on his time there either, Bernie.
Yeah, and that time was a 1:59.326. So what's that? That's 0.02 of a second, 0.04 of a second between second and third.
Yeah, it's not much, and even Marcelo did a better lap time as well than his fastest, but once again, it hasn't come up, I don't think. So obviously they've had an off track there, and it hasn't shown that he's got that done.
Yeah, so I'm going to start going through the grid now, folks, because we have 59 drivers out there tonight. It's going to take a while to get through, but congratulations, Marcelo Rivera taking pole tonight with a 1:59.169, followed by Sean Kelly in second. Starting out of third will be Aaron Lee. Michael Schreier will be starting out of fourth. Fifth will be Jake Burton. Sixth is Gary Hamilton. As we change cameras. 6th is Gary Hamilton, 7th Simon Madden, 8th Scott Newton, 9th Josh Muggleton. Paul Nelson will be starting out of 10th. O'Brien out of 11th, Burke out of 12th. Then Jellings followed by Bevan in 14th. Sam Sutton will be starting out of 15th. 16th Shepherd, 17th Wilson, 18th Barron, 19th Goldfinch, 20th is Barry. 21st is Parks, 22nd Ericsson, 23rd Paul Mansell. Simone Gelly will be starting out of 24th. Justin Strickland will be starting out of 25th. 26th Tajavara, 27th Kramer, 28th Jones, 29th Robertson, 30th will be Dylan Francis. 31st Garitas, 32nd Sean Watts, Scott Goodman out of 33rd, Matthew Dignam 34th, 35th is Damien Carr. 36th, David Arnold. 37th, Ashley Thomas. Palat out of 38th. Josh Burden will start out of 39th, and Peter Latham 40th. 41st will be Guy Leach. Falcamata 42nd, Rayner 43rd, followed by Lesu and Brenton O'Brien out of 45th. Then we have Darley Jr., O'Brien, and we better get to the race. I've run out of time, sorry folks. So revs are rising, and we have a green flag as we see the field of 59 drivers. Let's hope they get through the first couple of corners, but I can't imagine it somehow. As we can see them coming through corner one, we're looking at the back of the field here to see if there's any incidents. It's looking clean so far, Adrian.
Yeah, they've done a good job getting into turn one, coming up through the S's now, Bernie. This is tight, getting here too wide through here.
It certainly is, but all the drivers are doing a fantastic job there. It's a miracle. There's been no incidents so far as they snake their way through the final S's here.
Yeah, they're doing quite well there, Bernie. I haven't seen anything happen just quite yet.
So we're having a look up the front now, folks, and we will update the results here. So it looks like we've got Marcelo Rivera in front, Sean Kelly second, followed by Aaron Lee in third. Michael Schreier is sitting back there in fourth at the moment, and rounding out our top five is Gary Hamilton.
Yeah, they've done a pretty good job there, Bernie, on the first lap so far. Quite impressed with the driving on these boys here tonight. Definitely,
and it's good to see. It looks like that whole field has got through pretty cleanly now. As we come up the back straight now to finish, starting to complete the final lap, it's Marcelo Rivera out in front, Sean Kelly still in second, Aaron Lee third. They're pretty much holding station there. As we can see now, Sean Kelly making a move for, he's too wide through there, and he has to tuck back in.
Yeah, very ambitious move there, Bernie. Very hard to get through there very cleanly, but they've done it reasonably well there, Bernie.
That's right, and we can see now Marcelo diving to the inside to try to break that draft. Schreier's having a look on the inside of Lee, but he has to hold station. I tell you what, this is great driving here, as now Marcelo's coming back on Sean Kelly here, but Kelly will lead in on the second lap.
Yeah, great driving, and it's still going on here, Bernie. 18 laps. These boys want to get up near the front of the... there's a car off there, Bernie. I didn't quite see who it was.
Yeah, that was Gary Hamilton. Unfortunately, he tangled there with Michael Schreier. He was fighting for fourth at that point, and Gary's tumbling down the field. He's all the way back now in 23rd position.
Yeah, not good, Bernie. You're never going to get that back. So that's his night done with there.
Definitely, and he was very lucky he didn't have any suspension damage there. But back up the front, we have Sean Kelly taking the lead off Marcelo Rivera in second. Aaron Lee still holding his own there in third, with Michael Schreier fourth. Josh Muggleton now, that's another big name up there, sitting in fifth.
Yeah, certainly is, Bernie, and it's good to see all these drivers. You know, they've got their hand in everything, and yeah, Josh had a big look underneath Michael then, so he's really wants to charge up near the front then. And a change for the lead again, Bernie.
Yeah, so almost three wide there as Michael Schreier runs up the back of Aaron Lee. But you're right there, change for the lead. We've got Marcelo back out in front again, and they're really turning it on for us tonight.
Certainly are, Bernie. It's so hard to pick who you want to watch because they're just all over each other at the moment, like a bad rash.
Yeah, that's right, and at the moment, Josh Muggleton's also got Jake Burton there, so got a good battle pack there of 5 cars with Scott Newton on the end. But then when we go back to 8s, we've got Simon Madden fighting it out with Dean O'Brien, Wayne Burke, Paul Nelson and David Jellings, as well as Sam Sutton back there sitting in 13th position.
Yeah, certainly have. There's the train is still coming along. They're starting to break away, probably about 15th there, Bernie. They're sort of losing touch with the rest of the guys.
Yeah, the field's starting to spread out at the moment, and we're riding on board now with Sam Sutton as he tries to go on the outside. This is going to be a long way around if he can make it.
Yeah, we just had Simon Eriksson off there, Bernie.
Oh, that's unfortunate news for Simon, but at the moment we've got a lot of cars in white, but I'm assuming they're not retirements. It's just our server trying to keep up with this huge field. But at the moment, Josh Muggleton's now sitting in 5th position, still putting the pressure on here for Michael Schreier. Actually, he's dropped back a bit, I think, because he's under pressure from Jake Burton.
Yeah, we just had a little bit of an incident here, Benny, with Brett Wilson 707, and just trying to catch the other driver here. He's on his own actually, Bernie. He got a little bit loose, and then he's hit the wall, and then we've had another car there get into another one and have his own little incident as well. Yeah,
we can just see there. We're following Brett now on the replay. We did see another car slide off in front of him, but he's lost it. He's looped that pretty much going into the hairpin, and there's another car next to him in sympathy. So good call there, Adrian.
Yeah, we just had another one too, Bernie. I just lost it. Just keeping up with these guys is just unbelievable, Bernie. There's so much going on.
Yeah, that's right. But at the moment out front, Marcelo Rivera is stretching his lead to 0.3 of a second over Sean Kelly. Aaron Lee is still sitting back there in 3rd position. Michael Schreier 4th. Josh Muggleton still in 5th. 6th, Jake Burton. Having a look down the field, Wayne Burke is now up to 10th, and Sam Sutton's moved his way all the way up to 11th at the moment.
All right, Bernie, I've got a little bit of action here. I don't know if you'll get it. Todd Buxton, car 040, coming into the final chicanes there, trying to dive under. I'll just see if I can get his name. It was Gary Hamilton there. So another incident there for Gary. So not having a good race here tonight, Bernie.
No, he's having a race he'd rather forget. As we're looking at the super slow-mo coming in here, Todd Parks dives to the inside. We know how this is going to end, don't we, folks? And he pretty much T-bones poor Gary, spinning Todd around, but Gary is continuing. I don't know if he's going to have any sort of suspension damage.
Yeah, there's did see a couple of cars go into the pits and Bernie too, so quite a few, but that's going to happen in such a field, isn't it, Bernie? So the guys are definitely trying, and they're just not getting the braking sorted out, and you know this is going to happen in a big field like this, that's for sure.
Oh, that's right, you know, and it's to be expected with a huge field like this. There will be incidents, and we've seen a few tonight already. But jumping back down the front now, Aaron Lee is starting to put the pressure on, which he really has to, because he's got Michael Schreier all over the back of him at the moment.
Yeah, this battle pack is certainly still on, and you can see there Marcelo's just running out there a little bit, Bernie, isn't he? So and this is good for him while Aaron is hassling Sean here at the moment.
Well, that's right. While all these guys battle it, Marcelo's just trying to get stretch that lead, and really he needs to if he's going to try to hold on to this race with the class of field we've got behind him at the moment. But then again, saying that, Marcelo is an A-grade driver in his own right, isn't he?
Yeah, certainly is, and I've got a little bit of a question here from the viewers from Chris. He wants to know what's the pit strategy and will the draft play a part? We'd see a train of cars running into the pits at the same time. They do have a little bit of, they do have to stop for fuel, I believe, Bernie, and they don't have to change for tyres, do they?
No, that's right. They're limited to 11.4 litres tonight, folks, and which means they will generally have to make a pit stop. The thing that's surprising, though, I would have expected a few guys deep in the field to dive in early, but obviously that window hasn't come up yet. But we should see a stream of drivers coming in. As far as will the tow play an effect, I think traffic's going to play more of an effect tonight than the tow.
Yeah, certainly will, is there, Bernie, and I want to quickly go back on Aaron, and I think it was, Aaron there, he went for a dive and it just got touched wheels and it got both the drivers caught up there.
Yeah, that could explain now how Michael Schreier's jumped both of Sean Kelly and Aaron Lee, and he's now up into second position. We've also dropped Josh Muggleton right off. He's dropped all the way back to that second split at this stage. So, did you see who Aaron tangled wheels with?
Yeah, no, not exactly, Bernie. I was on there and unfortunately just getting so caught up in the action at the moment.
Okay,
yeah,
so
it was Sean. Sorry, Bernie.
It was Sean. That could explain the change here. So we're having a look at the top five at the moment. Sean Kelly appears to have dropped out of the top five at this stage. So we'll update you folks. He's all the way down in 32nd and sitting in the pits. So looks like Sean's race may be done. He does have a fast repair, but to recover from there on such a short race, it'll be impossible.
Yeah, certainly will be, Bernie. I just wonder if he got a lot more damage there after the incident there with Aaron, so could have got ran over by a couple of other cars as well.
Yeah, we'll jump back in a moment to see if I can find that, but it's all on here, folks. Marcelo Rivera, he's got a 1.9 second gap at the moment. Well, it's out to 2.1 seconds, so he's running away with it. But Michael Schreier, Aaron Lee and Jake Burton now are all in a battle pack of three. Josh Muggleton's dropping back down the list as well. He's behind Dean O'Brien, sitting in sixth at the moment as... I'm losing track here. Jake Burton challenging Aaron Lee there for third position. I tell you what, Jake's looking really racy tonight.
Yeah, he certainly is there, Bernie. He's trying to get his car up there. It's just so hard with the class of drivers that we've got in this pack tonight.
Yeah, that's right. We'll jump back to a replay and see if we can pick up what exactly happened to Sean Kelly.
Yeah, I think there may be a bit more after that incident, Bernie. I just did not see too much. It's a bit hard to try and stay watching all back, but trying to stay with this racing, it's unbelievable tonight. Oh
yeah, Josh has been hit big time. It looks like it got rear-ended. It might have been Josh Muggleton might have rear-ended his teammate Sean Kelly. Coming out of the S's, and then poor Sean's been collected by a couple of cars behind him, which would explain, yeah, that car's absolutely trashed, which would explain why he's had to come into the pits.
Yes, not good. It wasn't going to end pretty, that one, I don't think, Bernie. It's just one of those racing incidences, and yeah, the guys will lick their wounds and come back and race next week. Yeah,
that's right, but at the moment, Marcelo's just stretching that lead. Michael Schreier's got a bit of a gap now. Not a lot, but a little bit. And Jake Burton's moved himself up into third, pushing Aaron Lee down to fourth. But they're pretty... Oh, Aaron's diving into the pit, so here comes the first of the pit strategy, folks. So far, we've had Darren Lesu also take a pit stop. And Brett Wilson's made his stop, so... they've averaged between 13.5 and 16.4 seconds, as we have quite a few guys now starting to stop, Adrian.
Yeah, we've got 3 cars, and Aaron just trundled through there, Bernie. Is that right?
I'd say
he must have got a penalty, Bernie.
I'd say he did. I'll just see if we can clarify that with race control.
Yeah, obviously race control has the benefit of watching our broadcast as well, so I would assume that may have been the issue there with the incident that he was involved in earlier.
Yeah, that's right. We'll see if we can get anything from race control, but at the moment, Marcelo Rivera, he's got a 2.5 second lead now, so he's absolutely run away with this while these guys were battling it out. And I could just hear in the background someone hitting the fence somewhere. But Jake Burton now has been released into third, so the top 4 have spread out. And I've just had word from race control, folks. Aaron Lee did get a drive-through penalty for contact with Sean Kelly in the hairpin.
Well, yeah, I see that car that you're talking about there, Bernie. I'll just see who it is. Marcelo just come up to him, so... Car 52, Chris Pallett there. He's hit the wall quite hard, I think, there, Bernie. Oh, sorry, no, it's not Chris Pallett. I do apologise. It was Justin McEwen. He's the one that hit the wall, Bernie.
Okay, we'll have a look at this, folks.
Definitely got the car number right. Car number 52. Just got the name wrong.
Yeah, we've just got him here sitting in the wall. Just trying to work out where he is there on the track.
That's down the second pit straight there, Bernie. And there's another car involved as well. And it went for a tumble.
Okay, well, we're sorry, folks. We're back to live pictures now, but we just got a bit of that. But at the moment, Marcelo Rivera's got a gap of 3.4 seconds. Michael Schreier second. He's now got a gap of just over, what have we got, 3.4 seconds, 4 seconds. So it's definitely spread out here. There's still a bit of a battle going on for 5th and 6th, so we can see now Dylan Shepherd, another big name coming up through the field, is in 5th, and he may have been the one that tagged Sean Kelly coming out of the chicane there.
Yeah, Benny, I can update on those 2 cars that were involved. It was car 52 and car 707, Brett Wilson and sorry, Brett Wilson and Justin McEwen there, Bernie. So and Brett Wilson absolutely did a great big barrel roll there, so I think his night's done.
I'd say so. He's also had a warning from race control for not leaving racing room. He's done that twice now, so race control has noted that and just let us know for the broadcast, for the viewers out there.
Yeah, he's still on track, so he must have had his fast repair there, Bernie. So and he's back out there putting laps.
Yeah, keep an eye on him. I won't be surprised if we see him take a tour down pit lane in the next lap or so. As we have a look, I'm getting so tongue-tied here, it's crazy. But we've still got Marcelo Rivera out in front. Michael Schreier's in the second spot and trying to close that gap at the moment. And then Wayne Burke in third, followed by Dylan Shepherd now sitting in 4th. Just having a look, Marcelo's in the pits, that's why. So Marcelo's taken his pit stop, folks. He did a 12.3 second stop. And that's quite a fast stop, really. Some of these guys have even taken tyres, would you believe? Mac Espley and Nick Warnest both look like they took tyres.
Yeah, big call taking tyres, Benny. Such a short race around here, and we can see a few guys there dropping now. But I think that's a big call taking tyres.
Yeah, it definitely is a call. They may have forgotten to deselect them before they came into the pits. But the other people that have stopped, Jake Burton, Scott Newton, they've both, Josh Muggleton and Sam Sutton, they all did pit stops in the 3.4 to 3.9 seconds. So as we saw last week, when the boat leaders of both splits ran out of fuel on the last couple of corners, can these guys make it home?
Well, that's a big question, isn't it, Bernie? The fueling, are they hoping that the draft is going to help them?
Well, another big name down there at the moment is Sam Sutton. He did a 3.4 second stop too, so these are pretty big names that have all done very short stops. So either they've worked out their fuel strategy very well, or they may run out of petrol, but we'll keep an eye on that. As we can see now, Michael Schreier and Wayne Burke and Dylan Shepherd all reacted now to Marcelo stopping, and they're in the pits as well. That's just to stop that undercut, which, because he didn't take tyres, probably wouldn't really count here anyway. But as Marcelo now comes around back onto the main straight, he should take the lead. Just having a look at the stops at the moment. They're quite slow, and Marcelo will come through now to take the lead of the race again.
No, I haven't seen Brett come in yet, Bernie, so he's must be still trundling around out there.
Yeah, he might have just got a warning, but at the moment Marcelo Rivera has retaken that lead. And as the rest of the field, it's probably the most action is in the pits at the moment. Okay, so now that the field has settled down a bit, Marcelo Rivera is in first, followed by Jake Burton. So Jake Burton did a 3.9 second stop, and he's jumped the field. So has Scott Newton. He's done 1.5 seconds in third. Fourth, Dean O'Brien. Fifth, Josh Muggleton. Sixth, Sam Sutton. All those guys are the short fillers. So far that strategy's put them in the top six, but can they stay there? Wayne Burke, the first of the long stoppers, 12.2 stop in 7th position. 8th, David Jellings. 9th, Matthew Barron. And Michael Schreier has taken tyres, 25.5 seconds, and he finds himself all the way down in 10th position.
Yeah, that's a long way down in it, Bernie. 10th position, taking tyres, but like you said, he may not have deselected that option to leave those tyres on there, so that might be a bit of a rookie mistake there, Bernie.
Yeah, it could have been, and you know, when you're fighting in the heat of the moment, it's unless you've deselected tyres at the start of the race, it's a bit hard to remember that. But what we're going to do, folks, is we're at the usual. We're on board with Josh Muggleton. Let's do a lap with him and crank up the sound and enjoy the ride. So folks, that was a lap around Suzuka with Josh Muggleton, currently sitting in 6th position at the moment, and while you're on board you saw Sam Sutton there taking for that 5th position. At the moment though, it's all Marcelo Rivera. He's now got a gap of 5.03 seconds over Jake Burton, and Jake and Scott now are battling for that 2nd position, followed by Dean O'Brien just hanging on to the back of them there.
Yeah, certainly is, Bernie, and this will be one of the closest packs that we got. We do have a couple others down there. We've got Dylan Shepherd, I think, and Martin Kramer's there. They're pretty close by the look of our telemetry there, even with Aaron Lee and Justin Strickland as well. And don't forget, Aaron got that drive-through for the incident earlier as well.
Yeah, and if the folks are wondering why Dylan's all the way down there in 13th, it's because he also opted to take tyres, and having fresh tyres is one thing, but 6 laps to go, I think that may have been another costly mistake.
Yeah, certainly. You'd be right there, Benny. Such a short race, 18 laps, just not really necessary for tyres. I know it's quite a long track, but I think tyres were probably a bit of a mistake tonight.
Yeah, it definitely was a mistake, because at the moment we can see Dylan back here in 13th, not really how far he's got 4 seconds to gain to even make a position up. The other one, Michael Schreier, we know how fast Michael is as well. He's currently still in 10th, and he's still got a couple of seconds to make up before, he's made up quite a lot this round, but he's got a lot of work just to get into the top 9 at this stage.
Yeah, he certainly does there, and just trying to go back through the field here, Benny, just have a look at a few of these other drivers. There's quite a lot back here, very close racing for some of them, but they look like they're far away, but they're all fairly close, and if anyone makes a mistake, the other ones are going to gain and move up his position.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of action all the way through the field, as we now see Aaron Lee. Where did he come from? He's just taken Dylan Shepherd for 13th position, and he's lapping in the 1:59.509s, so he's a second faster than Dylan at the moment, and really trying to recover from that drive-through he got earlier tonight.
Yeah, he's definitely the quickest at the moment for the next two. So he's got Paul Mansell and Reese there at the moment. He's quicker than those two, but Michael Schreier is quick as well at the moment. And he's did a 1:58.98, and looks like that's his fastest lap time at the moment for himself. So he's actually flying along there too, Bernie.
That's right, and the 1:59.988, that was 600ths of a second off the fastest time, which is held by Marcelo Rivera at the moment with a 1:58.924. So Michael's definitely in a hurry to try to move forward, but he's right on the back of Matthew Barron now, and that's a battle for 9th position as Michael looks on the inside, coming in too wide through there, or as Matt Barron goes wide, gives him a lot of room. It's going to be a battle of the brakes here.
Yeah, and Michael did that quite well there, Bernie. Just stuck to his guns there and out-braked there. But we saw Matthew. He probably wasn't in the best position to try and battle for braking into that corner.
No, that's right. And to go too wide through that sweeper, that takes commitment, I must say, and a lot of trust in your fellow racer.
Yeah, what a series this is, Bernie. I think I'm going to be probably hanging around with you a bit more, Bernie. This is quite exciting watching this stuff.
It certainly is, and having a look further back down the field here, we've got Paul Tajavara and Simon Eriksson and Mark Rayner all battling here for 27th, 28th and 29th, as we see Simon now looking on the inside, almost 3 wide down there, as they all tuck into single file and all regroup to have another battle.
Yeah, definitely a bit of action packed back here, isn't it, Bernie? And they're all not that far away from each other. You can get down to 30th and all that down through here. So these guys are really full on. So basically from, looks like from Guy Leach in 20th at the moment there, Bernie, all the way down to 30th. They're all in a sort of battle, aren't they, to try and gain positions.
Yeah, that's right. And Guy's quite a fast driver there, and he's sitting down there in 20th at the moment. Further back we've got Scott Goodman coming under battle from John Barry here. That's for 21st, 22nd. John Barry's got a great run off there, and as he nearly takes a slower car there and he has to tuck in.
Yeah, there's a slow car there, which is unfortunate when these guys are going as quick as they are. It's you just got nowhere to hide if you're in the road.
Yeah, that's right. And then further down we've got, as I said, Mark Rayner battling it out here with Paul for 25th, 26th. Further down the field, a quick shout out here to Craig Jones, sitting down in 29th position with his, it's not his teammate, sorry, Josh Burden at the moment, 31st. So we've got quite a few names down there. Sean Kelly recovering from his accident, down in 32nd. Followed by Brenton O'Brien, that's another name we know, in 33rd position at the moment.
Yeah, good to see Brenton out there having a run in at Bernie. So haven't caught up with him for a while, but good to see him out there having a race, and hopefully I can get out there and do some of that myself soon.
Yeah, that's right. And I reckon we've got to get you in one of these cars, Adrian, and have a run. But 43rd, Chris Pellett, another shout out, Stephen Downs in their new Emu Racing livery. He sent me a picture today of that, and I must say it's looking quite nice and racy out there, and it's great to see Emu Racing having a go out there tonight.
Yeah, it certainly is, Benny. It's good to see all these guys out there putting an effort in there and having a good old time out there.
Oh, it certainly is. And further down the field as we go down, Michael Espley's sitting down in 42nd position. In who else we've got down here? Sean Watts, followed by Ashley Thomas, another one from Emu Racing. And it keeps on going, folks. Joshua Smith's down in, looks like Josh might have retired. Gary Hamilton is back in the pits in 54th. But let's get back up to the front with 3 laps to go. We've got Marcelo Rivera. He's got a 3-second gap now over Jake Burton in second. Jake's actually brought that all the way down to 1.8 seconds in that lap, so something must have happened there with Marcelo. Dean O'Brien is currently sitting in third, coming under pressure, and just been past, Sam Sutton. Sam's all the way up to fourth now, and Josh Muggleton is still on his bumper in fifth, but Wayne Burke is now putting pressure on, so we're back to this train of 4, Adrian.
Yeah, certainly thick in here, isn't it? We've got 4 cars here, and we see there Aaron just go a little bit wide. It's so tricky getting through there, isn't it, Bernie? Everyone's got a little bit of different line going through there. Nothing's wrong, nothing right, but Aaron is under a lot of is it Aaron there, or is it Wayne? Sorry, it was Wayne. Bernie, it's just those red cars out there, Bernie, with TTR and Redback. They almost look the same.
Yeah, so that's Josh Muggleton just in front of Wayne Burke there. He was coming under pressure. He's got a bit of a gap as we ride with Wayne into the hairpin. You just look at how much these guys are working these cars, Adrian.
Yeah, they're working them really hard, and I'll tell you what, they're probably losing a little bit of aero too, sitting behind each other and just not getting the grip on the front of those cars to turn them in, so it makes it a little bit harder to get these cars turned in.
Yeah, it certainly does, but oh man, this is exciting racing tonight with this large field and racing all through the field. This series has really taken off tonight.
Yeah, it's as we see here, we got Josh having a go here at the moment, Bernie.
Yeah, he was, but he's been pushed down. Dean O'Brien has jumped up there and I think taken him there for that position, hasn't he?
Yeah, and Sam's through as well there, Bernie. So Sam's jumped out there and he's taken off here while Dean's got shuffled, and you know Josh is sitting in there trying to have a go as well, and he's going to have a dive here. No, not close enough yet, Bernie.
Yeah, well, they're on the last lap now, so this is when it's make or break. So at the moment, Josh is still under pressure there by Wayne Burke, and it'll be interesting to see if Wayne can actually get Josh for this 5th position. It's definitely wanting it.
Yeah, he certainly is, Bernie, and I'm going to hang around up the front here. I just noticed that Manzarello here is Marcelo, sorry, has got a lot of front wing damage, so he must have clipped something, and that's probably what slowed him down here. And I can tell you right now, Jake Burton is trying to hunt him down, and this race isn't finished yet for 1st position.
Well, that's right. Jake's now, he's pulled in 3/10 so far on this lap, and it'll be interesting to see if that does slow him down a lot. I know it could affect him into that final fast sweeper there, but it doesn't look like it's affecting him too much.
Well, in the last lap there, Bernie, Marcelo did a 59.5 and Jake did a 58.9, so he's definitely had the pace on him, but isn't enough here. We're closing down here, but can he get the move done? But he needs to be a lot closer than this.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to get that move done now. He's closing in under brakes. He's going to have a dive though.
Oh, that must be so close.
As we come around, Marcelo Rivera for Evolution Racing Australia takes the checkered flag, followed by Jake Burton in 2nd. Sam Sutton's coming through for 3rd. Josh Muggleton has jumped up into 4th position, I think. Who else we got here? We'll have to wait for the final results, because I thought Josh Muggleton was in 4th, but he's not showing on our overlays at the moment, with Michael Schreier in 5th. So we'll wait for it to settle down, folks, and we'll give you the rundown.
Yeah, it's one of those things there, Bernie. I know on the iRacing chart there, it's got Josh as 4th at the moment, and then we had Wayne, Scott Newton, Dean O'Brien, and Michael Schreier. We've got David Jelling there as well. Yeah, so they're all just finished now. So Matthew Barron, but you can double check with that. That was your top 10 just quickly there.
And the field is still racing here, folks. We've got Darren Lesu defending himself there from Andrew, and it looks like Darren's going to hold that out. But yeah, they're still coming around, still completing their laps, and it just goes to show how big this field is, folks.
Yeah, certainly was a big field tonight, Bernie. Definitely a lot of entertainment tonight.
Certainly is, as we can see Andrew Osiris now coming across to finish the race there in 29th position. Further down we've got now Chris Pellett in 31st coming through now to finish. He will finish in 31st position. Stephen Downs for Emu Racing here coming through to come home in 32nd position. So it's good to see he's got home. Gary Gorgio at the moment for Redback Racing, 1 lap down. He's the first of the guys 1 lap down, just coming up the back straight now, and he's got Joseph behind him. So you can see now Gary's just coming across to take the checkered flag. He will find himself in 33rd position tonight. And then we have Joseph back here in 35th position. Looks like he's driving now for Kimmy's Rural Fencing, so that's good to see. Okay, so let's go through our final positions, folks. Once I catch my breath. Okay. So, the win tonight, round 2 at Suzuka for the Star Mazda Australian Championship goes to Marcelo Rivera in the Maverick Welding Evolution Racing Australia Star Mazda, followed by Jake Burton in second. Sam Sutton is finished third. Josh Muggleton did get fourth. Wayne Burke fifth. Scott Newton finished in sixth position. Seventh was Dean O'Brien. Eighth, Michael Schreier. So Michael did improve by a couple of spots there, Adrian.
Yeah, he certainly did effort that, Bernie.
Certainly was. And ninth, David Jellings. 10th, Matt Barron. Coming in 11th, Reece Goldfinch. We didn't say much about Reece, but he's had a really good result there tonight. Aaron Lee finishes back in 12th position after his drive-through. Dylan Shepherd, who took tyres, managed to get up to 13th. 14th, Paul Mansell. 15th, Justin Strickland. Martin Kramer came in 16th. 17th, Brett Garitas. 18th, Daniel Benefield. That's a familiar name that we've heard before, isn't it? And we'll have Daniel up here shortly. 19th, John Barry. 20th was David Arnold. 21st, his teammate Simon Eriksson. 22nd, Matt Dignam. 23rd, Mark Rayner. 24th, Greg Robertson. 25th, Scott Goodman. 26th, Sean Kelly, after that incident he had earlier on in the race. 27th was Guy Leach. 28th, Matt Burnett. Brenton O'Brien got into 29th, so he improved tonight. Josh Burden finished in 30th. 31st, Simone Gelly. 32nd, Paul Tajavara. 33rd, Ben Darley. 34th was Andy O'Brien. Todd Parks was 35th. 36th went to Bruce Kelly. 37th, Darren Lessu. 38th, Andrew Osiris. 39th, Bradley Matheson. And 40th was Chris Palat. 41st was Stephen Downs. 42nd, Dylan Francis. Nick Warness came in 43rd. 44th, Joseph Falcomata. Wouldn't want to say that after a few drinks. 45th, Gary Gorgio. 46th, Sean Watts. 47th, Mark Hespley. 48th was Brock Kramer. 49th, Brett Wilson. 50th was Damien Carr. 51st, Craig Jones. 52nd, Ashley Thomas. Ian Bevan came in 53rd. 54th, Gary Hamilton. And we saw Gary in all sorts of trouble in this race tonight, unfortunately. 55th, Justin McKeon. 56th, Simon Madden. 57th, Josh Smits. 58th was Paul Nelson. And rounding out our field of 59 was Peter Latham. But we will bring up our race winner, Marcelo Rivera. And do you mind giving the interview, Adrian?
No, Bernie, after that effort, I think I will. Hello, Marcelo. Welcome to the RRTV commentary booth. Congratulations on the win, mate.
Hey, guys. To be back. Really enjoyed the race, as you guys saw. Suzuka is one of my favourite tracks, but how'd you guys see it?
Very hectic. Just trying to keep pace with everything. We even missed your little incident there that cost you a bit of time and damaged your front wing there.
Yeah. I was struggling to get through the back markers. I felt like I kept on coming up to him through like the tight sections of the track, which isn't helpful. And yeah, unfortunately, a bit of misreading of where I think it was Mark, which way he was going to go, and yeah, I just slightly touched him, and I think that damaged my front wing.
Yeah, it certainly looked like it on my cameraman's view. Definitely damaged it, and it looked like it slowed your speed down there because Jake was closing in on you there on the last lap.
Yeah, he really put the pressure on me towards the end there. As soon as he got within those 2 seconds roughly, that slipstream just really reels him in and definitely put me under the pressure.
Yeah, it's just lucky you had that gap there after the pit stop. So your pit stops ran pretty well there, mate.
Yeah, they did actually, and it's not really one of my strong points either because I'm not very good with my fuel calculations.
Yeah, they can be a bugger sometimes, those fuel calculations. I know there's some guys out there that run some sort of fuel system there that helps them along, so you might have to hit some of the guys up and see if you can get a fuel calculator there to help you out with those sort of things.
Yeah, I should probably get onto iSpeed because that's what a lot of the boys use, and it's really helpful, I've heard.
Yeah, I got that on there. I don't use it much either myself, but anyway, those are the things, and I don't hardly race, so that's probably a reason. But, no, you ran well, mate, and definitely had that break there. Started getting the break. It was real hectic there at the start, so good battling there at the beginning. I'm sure you were on the edge of your seat in the first stint anyway.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I felt like I had maybe, I don't want to sound cocky, but I felt like I had the pace over the others, so it was really important for me to hold that position and try to pull away, and that's exactly what happened. So I was happy. Like, if I had have held that position, then I could have seen that I wasn't going to pull away, then I probably wouldn't have defended hard again against them, but I started to pull away, so I was just head down looking forward.
Yeah, it sort of helps too. I suppose the guys there behind you were battling pretty hard. Like, it was, you know, the guys were really working on each other, so I think you're just lucky there. And we had a small incident too going into the last chicane there, which sort of spread the guys out, so that probably would have helped your breakaway there as well, mate.
Yeah, no, that definitely has a lot to do with it. So, because like last week at Road Atlanta, I was the one caught up in the battling, and we let Sam, I think, get away. So I was a bit disappointed with that, because we should have really tried to work together for all of us to have a shot for the win. But yeah, this time I was in Sam's situation, was able to pull away.
Yeah, no, great. Some driving again, and you know, a brilliant race. Loved watching it. Another race that I'm going to be stuck on watching again. Enjoyed that you're out there. Probably apologies that we didn't get you out there too much, but we certainly covered you a couple of times, and while we're covering you as well, do you want to put a shout out there to your sponsors and people behind the scenes helped you out tonight?
Yeah, thanks guys. I'd just like to say thanks to Maverick Welding for being a part of us, and also as of next week we'll be running the Demidov skin, so looking forward to it, guys.
Oh, cool. Something that we should be looking out for, and hopefully trading paints is going to work well. We know they've had a few issues here recently over the last couple of weeks, but that could be just from the new build. So thank you very much, Marcelo, and I might let you go, and we'll see if Bernie's got any more questions for you, but he might let you go. But once again, congratulations, and brilliant drive, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Okay, the next person we'll bring up is second position place getter was Jake Burton. Hi Jake, welcome to RRTV's commentary box, and congratulations on your second position. How was that racing out there for you tonight?
Oh, it's awesome fun, Bernie. You know, put 59 star Mazda on a little tight track like Suzuka, and it's never going to be easy. It was very hectic from start to finish, especially in those early laps with Muggo on that, and unfortunately made a bit of a mistake in the pits, which cost me some time, but nearly got Marcelo. It was so close. Another lap and I may have had a chance.
Yeah, well, I was looking at your pit strategy, and Marcelo was stopped there for 12.3 seconds taking fuel, where you were only in there for about 3.9 seconds. So how close were you to running out of fuel at the end of that race?
I'm not sure about that. I don't think I picked 9 seconds up on him in the pits. Are you sure you're not thinking 13.9? Because if anything, I thought Marcelo actually gapped me in the pits. I went in about 3 behind, came out about 4.8 behind.
Okay, it might just be my telemetry here, but it was definitely 3.9 that it recorded. But then again, it recorded Sam Sutton at 3.4 as well, so it's probably just my telemetry here. But apart from me getting the pit stops all wrong there, how was the battling there for second position?
Second was interesting, but yeah, that's the thing in the pits. I was in there for a little bit longer than Marcelo, because I knew that the front tyres would drop off, so I actually went and got front tyres when I was in the pits, and that certainly helped me towards the end of the race. And you could I know Marcelo was suffering some damage apparently, but you could just see under brakes, like especially into that last hairpin. Well, I didn't brake any later than usual. That was my normal braking point. So it's just, yeah, it was a really good race. I'm just devastated it wasn't 20 laps instead of 18, that's all.
Yeah, well, those last couple of laps, Marcelo had a damaged front wing, but you were definitely gaining. at one stage you pulled over a second on him in one lap, so another couple of laps I reckon you would have been right on his tail and fighting for that position for sure.
Yeah, that's it. This is my first time back in the smack for a whole season. I think I might even try and run it properly, because I must say tonight was a really fun race. So thanks to you, Bernie and Adrian, for putting up the broadcasts, and I'm amazed by the numbers this series develops. These guys have put an awesome job putting this series together week in, week out, and I think it's very underrated as a series.
Oh, definitely. It's absolutely exploded tonight with 59 on the track at the same time. And I guess, you being away from it for a little while, you probably noticed how much this series has grown since the last time you raced in it.
Oh, that's right. When you're racing, last time I raced was, I think, Kota last season, and I finished third behind my teammate Sam and Michael Schreier, and then tonight to be in amongst it with Marcelo and Muggo and guys like that, you can definitely tell. I don't know if it's just tonight, but in general this season it's stepped up for sure, so it's definitely a series I want to partake in for the rest of this season.
Yeah, well, we were treated to some really big names tonight, which was fantastic to see, and it's great, to see everyone mixing it up, including yourself out there. I don't know about Adrian, but I definitely enjoyed it. Adrian, do you have any questions for Jake while we've got him up here?
No, Bernie, just congratulations again. Brilliant drive, and good to see that you've jumped back in. And yeah, it's definitely a great series. I enjoyed it from the seat, first time commentating, so I enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah, that's it. It's a lot of fun. So thank you guys again for having a chat to me and putting on a great broadcast.
Yeah, no worries. And before we let you go, Jake, do you want to give a shout out to your sponsors?
Of course, I'd like to thank Dayco Drive Belts and Custom Image Concepts. Big thanks to those guys tonight. Our painter and owner of Custom Image Concepts, Andrew Asai, hopped in and had a little race tonight, and I believe he finished around 29th or something, 39th maybe. So awesome job by Asai. Did a great job.
Yeah, Andrew came in 29th position, which is a great effort considering the size of the field we had tonight. But anyway, Jake, thanks for popping in. We hope to catch up with you in some further rounds of Star Mazda.
Thanks, guys. Catch you next time.
So, folks, we're bringing Daniel Benefield up. You might remember Daniel has called a few times for RRTV as well as Race Spot TV. Daniel, you're in the thick of it out there tonight. How did that race go?
Well, I wasn't where I should have been. Quali was a nightmare and a half, so I ended up not registering a quali time, starting 58. Dodged everyone and managed to finish somehow finish 18th.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, considering I missed my pit box and ran out of fuel on the last lap, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah. And just tell us, starting at the back of the grid of 59 cars, how was that raced for you?
Let's just say first couple of laps were like, make sure you don't hit anyone, make sure you don't hit anyone. It was a bit like that, but at the same time, I wasn't fully aggressive, but I was still being somewhat aggressive, so I could still find some positions. Like I know going into turn 1, I think it was Brad and Nick were side by side in the 2 KRF cars, and they left the inside wide open, so I went straight up the inside of both of them and got both positions. So yeah, I was still aggressive, but I wasn't overly aggressive, and it's just finding that balance, I guess.
And were you surprised at how clean the first couple of laps were?
It wasn't clean back where I was. It was far from clean where I was.
Okay, fair enough. Adrian, did you have any questions for Daniel while we got him up here?
No, not really, Benny. Just good drive to get back from that position, buddy, and get up into 18th. And maybe you might be safer to come up here and commentate with me and Bernie next time.
No, I actually found it fun coming through the field. I want to do it again now.
Yeah,
fair enough, mate.
And,
Thanks, guys.
Did you want to give a shout out to your sponsors while we got you up here, Daniel?
Better. I'd just like to thank Scotty Newton from the Academy, Alex, all the AR UK or Apex Racing UK guys, simpeters.co.uk, GT Omega, Precision Engineering for all their help, and and obviously you guys.
Fantastic. Well, we'll let you go, Daniel. We know you're a young bloke. We know you need a lot of sleep, so good night and farewell.
Thanks, Benny.
Okay, we'll bring Sam Sutton in. Sam finished in third. Did you want to have a chat with him, Adrian?
Yeah. Hey Sam, welcome to the RRTV booth. Congratulations on your podium finish, mate. Good race.
Yeah, considering qualifying, I got iRacing. I got a 0 times driving in a straight line on black stuff. So starting 15th wasn't ideal, but to come through to third was pretty good.
No, awesome effort, mate. It was fairly clean up the front there for the first few laps.
Yeah, actually, it was kind of a good start. I liked the big field, made it interesting. I think a lot of people respected that in the mid pack, and start was good. Massive draft fest as with this circuit and the setup we run, but I don't know what happened. We came out of the pits and we were 5th, so I don't know whether there was a bit of issues up the front with some of the leaders or not, but it was a bit odd to come out that far ahead of everybody.
Yeah, there's different pit strategies in there. I believe a couple of guys may have forgotten to turn their tyres off, or they chose to put tyres on. And we did have a couple of incidences as well that took out a couple of guys up the front. So a little bit of help there as well, mate, to try and get you up into 5th. But drove really well, fairly clean. Like, you had really good battles there to come through, especially at the end there with Josh and Wayne. You really fought to get up into that 3rd spot and was actually starting to break away there at the end.
Yeah, well, I spoke to Margo after the race, and he said he knew I was a bit quicker, so he kind of just let me through and hoped I'd pull him along. It's up to Dean and Scott, and luckily some back markers helped me out getting past Scott. That was a pretty sweet move. Went too wide and then just chopped in front. It was a pretty good move, and then just picked my moment to pass Dean, because I knew if I passed him on the second last lap, he'd get me on the last lap. So I tried to make it so I led, crossing the line to pick up the white flag, and it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, no, awesome. Track was great, and the driving was fantastic, wasn't it? I just didn't know where to look tonight. The action was full on, and a lot of quality drivers tonight.
Yeah, it's a big thing throughout the week. I think TTR's kind of like, we need to do some racing, so they've jumped on in with us, which is good to see. Guys like Sean Kelly and Josh Muggleton rocking up. Even my own team boss Andrew Asaya racing for the wrong team, but he was in there tonight as well. Yeah, definitely numbers in this series is good. It's definitely a very fun series, and it's accessible, so that's what's the big draw card for it.
Yeah, for certain, and obviously the guys put on a Sunday race as well for every 3 weeks. Is that something that you guys are definitely looking on to doing? I'm sorry if it's supposed to be a normal question, but I haven't been watching the series at the moment, so I've just joined here with Bernie tonight and just feeling my way through this.
No, well, I haven't done the Open Star Mazda series mainly because I got a lot of other things I race on a Sunday night, but it'd be a good series to race in. I don't think it has the numbers that Smack has, which is unfortunate, but definitely this series has taken off, especially where it was last season, with Smack 2. It's just out of proportion.
No, it's good to see, and a big field like this is something to be proud of. I think the series looks like it's going to go places, and as a person that's only purchased the car in the last couple of days and driven it, I think it's probably a decent car to drive. So no wonder these guys are out there having a load of fun, and being a fixed setup makes it a lot easier for everyone to join along too, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it takes the time you need if you wanted to be up the front in the series to build a decent setup. You can't just rock up Thursday night at 8 o'clock, jump in, do your practicing, just get used to the track and the car. I mean, the cars are pretty easy to drive itself. It's just it's like a go-kart, 2 feet. It could probably be a rookie car. It's just a bit quick for rookies, but it's definitely very, very easy to drive.
Yeah, very good, and it's definitely something that I'm going to be into. But I'm running out of questions for you, so we might get you to thank your sponsors before I let you go, and we'll just check in to see if Bernie wants to ask you a couple of more questions, mate.
No, just congratulations, Sam, on that third position. I tell you what, those last 3 or 4 laps, you weren't taking prisoners out there as you came up through the field.
Yeah, well, I think I chopped Muggo a few times coming into the final chicane, so running single screens, it's hard to sometimes pick that, but definitely good hard fighting. That's what I like about this series, is the battles are close, and generally, because you can't bump in this car, everyone gives a bit of space, so definitely this is a good racing fix for me.
Oh, fantastic to hear. Anyway, Sam, I'll let you give a shout out to your sponsors.
Yeah, I'm sure Jake did this before, but yeah, thanks to Daco. They've been with us for a while now. Newlex, and of course Custom Image Concepts.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully we'll see you come back and join us again for Smack on another Thursday night.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be here next week, enjoying it.
Okay, folks, that was Sam Sutton, finished third tonight in his Daco Star Mazda. So we've got quite a few people down here for an interview. We might bring Dylan Shepherd up and have a quick chat with Dylan.
The minimum force up. Oh no.
Oh yes. Welcome to welcome to RRTV's commentary box, Dylan. How did you find that race tonight, mate?
Absolutely awesome. One of the funnest races I've had since this series started. 61 starters or something like that. That's insane. It just shows how big this season's getting, and look at how much competition we have now. We've got guys, some of the best drivers in Australia joining the series, and it just makes me so excited. Yeah, great race. Shame about the 15-second pit penalty I got from speeding in pit lane, but look, I had so much fun.
Yeah, it was a fantastic race tonight, and I agree with you tonight. I was blown away at seeing all those big names coming down and joining us tonight for Star Mazda. But equally, it was great racing right through the field. How did you find Suzuka with all those cars on the track at the same time? Were you surprised that there were not as many incidents?
Yeah, I don't know how it was, behind me, but all the guys are in like the same vicinity as me were awesome. We had great clean racing. There's been a few incidents that seem to be getting sorted out, and they seem mostly accidental, but look, really great racing. I was able to make a few passes and people gave me room. I gave some people room as well, and they were overtaking me, and even just to get to the first lap, that was so intense. I was holding side by side with Sam Sutton, and yeah, we just both gave each other room, and everyone went away clean. I was surprised at how clean the whole field was and how little lap cars there actually was compared to what there could have been. So, great racing.
Yeah, well, the field was right through the field. They were lapping in the slowest was around about 2:05 or 2:08, but the whole field was pretty much lapping very close together in lap times, which was good to see.
Yeah, it's good to see. I think the fixed setup helps a lot. I think that's what makes this series what it is the pick up and play that we have here, and everyone's so close together that it's actually about the racing. Like, it's all about how you race and how you drive, and it's showing who the talent is around this series, and bringing out probably some of the best racing for you guys to broadcast. I think you guys are pretty fortunate to have one of the best series in Australia at the moment to broadcast, and you do a great job of it. So great combination.
Fantastic. Well, don't tell the other broadcasters, or else I might try to take it off us. But having a look at your pit stop, Dylan, you did a 26.2. So I'm assuming you took tyres, and if you did, was that part of your strategy to take tyres?
No, that's not what happened. I actually sped coming into pit lane. Hit the brakes. Was trying to be a bit cheeky and catch a little bit in the pits, and hit the brakes, and my pedals have lifted up from the mount, and I had to take it off again. Sped in pit lane, and they held me for 15 seconds, and it just the iRacing penalty. So I'm actually surprised that I only came out in like 16th or something, so I didn't lose too much at all. But running through where I could have come out, I could have came out behind my teammate Dean and all them guys and been fighting for the podium. So it's a bit of a shame, but look, I'm keeping my head high because I had such a fun race, and that's what we're here for.
Well, that's right, and you know, where'd you come in? I'm just having a look now. I think we had you. Where did you finish? 13th. So 13th isn't anything to sneeze at, considering the size of the field and the quality of that field tonight.
Yeah, exactly. I was pretty happy with my pace in practice. We entered this series last minute. We weren't too sure if we were going to do it this season because we were just going to focus on SEK, but when we looked at how much of competition is joining, it was just like, well, why not? It's going to be a great series. So, ended up practicing in the official practice tonight, and I was sitting early on. I was probably one of the quickest, and then when all the draft time started coming, I only dropped to about 7th or something. So I was a bit surprised that I was actually that quick. But bit of qualifying was alright. I qualified 13th. It could have been a better lap. I think I had a 1:59 on the dashboard when I crossed the line with an off track, but that happens. So I think I'm happy with all I came. I can't complain. It's such a great race.
Fantastic. And before we let you go, Dylan, did you want to give a shout out to your sponsors?
Not really. I think we've been covering it most weeks, so I think this week I'm going to give a shout out to the host of the series. I think they deserve more credit than anyone. Trent Thomas sacrificing a race tonight so someone else could race because they didn't want to split into two because they didn't have enough people to watch over 2 races. I think that's pretty unfortunate, but shows what kind of team's running this and how good they are to us drivers. So shout out to Trent Thomas for doing what he did tonight to let Daniel race. Shout out to all the race control watching over the race when they could be doing all this fun, the money that has to get put up, the time that gets put up, and it's the same to you two as well. You could be out there having just as much fun, but sacrifice that time to give entertainment to everyone that watches, and just shout out to all the people behind the scenes helping the series grow.
Yeah, fantastic. And some of the names behind it tonight, we had Trent Thomas doing double duty in there with Scott Connors, and Matt Wilkins was also, he's a very big part in this series too, so very big thanks to those guys. Anyway, Dylan, thanks for coming up. Hopefully we'll see you next week for Smack.
Yeah, you'll see me next week, no doubt about it. Thanks guys, have a good night.
Okay, Adrian, we'll bring Sean Kelly up. Did you want to have a chat with Sean?
Yeah, I'll have a chat with Sean.
Notice I'm giving you all the big names, mate. Well, they're all big names. They're all big names. Here you go.
All the working to get in that last tip or two.
Hey Sean, sorry about that, dragging you up out there in your conversation. Welcome to the booth, and not a fantastic race for you tonight.
No, it was a great race, sort of. First bit, I don't know what to expect. I had no expectations. I don't know, half a dozen Skippy races 4 years ago, and a couple. I don't think even a race start Mazda before, so I was really happy to have the pace. To be honest, the drafting and everything else is pretty new to me, so yeah, it didn't quite work out. But these things happen. Come back, hopefully I'll come back next week if I can, and see how we go.
Yeah, sweet. Well, it's actually quite interesting. Bernie asked me if you wanted to come up here, and I was actually going back to that lap 5 incident there with Aaron. So it was a little bit of unfortunate situation that you went out wide and then you end up getting hit by Josh. So that's probably about the only downfall of your race. So after that incident, how was the racing where you were back there trying to fight your way through?
Yeah, we had a pretty bent car. It was difficult to get back to the pits, lost time, and then I managed to speed in the pits, take too much fuel, so probably dropped an extra 20 seconds, and so obviously pretty pear-shaped from early on, but no, it's good just to. No, I enjoyed it. I had no expectations. I'm happy with how it started, and hopefully we can get a result next time, I guess.
Yeah, good. And how do you find this series? Like yourself, you've been in it before, but you've come back and and the guys have thrown it into a one split with almost 60 drivers. And for myself, a brand new, first time commentating, first time watching it. So I've come in here and not seen how well these guys perform, but it's just a fantastic series by the look of it.
It is. No, I haven't done a series before. I don't think I've raced a Star Mazda before. I might have had one race at the Rock Race of Champions 2 or 3 years ago, maybe. But I probably had less than 10 open wheel races, and all those would have been over 3 years ago. So, yeah, I'm just happy to have stuck it on front row, to be honest, and to fix it up.
Yeah, fantastic. So you're fresh at it, just like I am at the moment. So that's just a fantastic effort, and just goes to show if you enjoy what you're doing, you can stick a car out there and have a good run, mate. It sort of pans out quite well to start with.
That's right, cheers. Yeah, plenty to learn with the drafting and just making sure you get enough space and stuff. So I was expecting some pretty good battles because you just can't drop anyone or you just can't get away from anyone, and they can't get away from you much. So yes, I expect some really awesome racing.
There's definitely something that you're going to look at doing next week then, and probably the rest of the season.
As much as I can. Thursday's good. Things are a bit all over the place, so I'm going to make as much as I can. It'll depend on the week probably. Yeah,
good. And what is it the smacks that delivered for you? You know, what do you find that the Star Mazdas? How do you find them with the driving style? I know you're learning the draft, but how does it feel like when you're getting into corners? Something different to everything else, or got a lot of high grip or high downforce?
Yeah, all of the above. Because I've been 95% focused on V8s for 3-4 years, so it's everything all of the above. It took me an hour to learn that you had to really roll out of throttle going into the corners. I don't know. I'm still trying to digest it all, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's to get some questions and feedback of someone that's not had a lot of experience in them, because sometimes people new to this series or new to watching this stuff need to understand what's the feeling like. So, and to me, I find it real grippy and an enjoyable thing to drive. I've only driven it probably once before, which was last night, having a bit of play, and as you get used to it, it's a different kind of way of driving, but a lot of fun. Yeah,
it is. It takes the curves a lot better than V8s, and I'm liking that aspect very much.
And it seems like it certainly doesn't get away on you. Like if it sort of starts to lose a bit, you can actually still catch it. It's not like it's going to spin out on you like a V8.
Yeah, very much. That always requires a lot of focus to try and catch the car, and I think the thing with sim racing is a lot of people just lack that sometimes. It'll be different in real life when you've got adrenaline flowing through and you're forced to catch it or you hit the wall. So yeah, I think that's a bit of a difference there.
Yeah, I think it's a lot to do with the downforce and that with this car. So and like you said, sim racing is totally different with real life. You feel in the seat of your pants, and with this you've got to react visually. So it takes a bit of getting used to, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. But yeah, it's been fun. So yeah, thanks guys.
Yeah, no worries, Sean. Before you go,
yep.
Anyone you want to put a shout out there, sponsors and anything like that?
Oh, just thanks to guys at TTR and to the other drivers. Yeah, thanks to them. Thanks to everyone for putting on a good show. We'll continue on next time.
Yeah, great. Well, thanks very much, Sean, and have a lovely evening.
Cool, cheers guys.
Well, we've still got a few more interviews to go, folks, so we're making the most of this tonight. So what we'll bring up is Aaron Lee and Brett Wilson, both from Redback Racing, and we'll see how their race went from their perspective.
Sounds like a good idea.
Hi, Aaron and Brett from Redback Racing. Welcome to the commentary booth. How did your races pan out tonight?
one of those nights. Yeah, look, you know, we qualified well, had the pace tonight, but just made a silly mistake, went a little bit too deep, and I want to apologise to Sean because yeah, it was a silly mistake. Could be avoided, and looking forward to racing those guys real close again in the future.
Yeah, well, up until that point, you were right up there on the front and really mixing it with the top four, really, top 3, 4, 5, whatever it was, having a fantastic race. It was just unfortunate going in deep in, as you said, and collecting Sean there. Bit of a mistake, but apart from that, did you enjoy racing with these guys tonight?
Oh yeah, it's my first time in the series, so I've come across from the GT3 and decided to play some open wheelers, and yeah, really enjoying the car this season. The car's handling really well. There's some great bunch of guys we're playing with, and even within Redback Racing, there's a lot of drivers taking up the Star Mazda, and we're enjoying ourselves during the week. So I enjoy a fixed setup series. It definitely shows some driving skill, and there's some really close racing up front. It's great.
Yeah, well, I think that's what's making the series so popular is the fact that because it's fixed setup, anyone can pretty much come, get the car, jump in and have a good race, and we saw that tonight with yourself and Sean Kelly, first time in the Star Mazda as well. Both very competitive straight out of the gate. So, do you think we'll see you coming back for more rounds of the Star Mazdas?
Yeah, definitely. I'm enjoying the series, so we've got a bit of time on Thursday night and during the week to test. And being a fixed series, it's something that I really enjoy. And even having a chat with Sean before, like I made the mistake, I apologised, and he was really cool about it. And that just shows what kind of people are racing this series. And yeah, I had a good yarn to apologise. We shook hands, we're all mates again, and that's what racing's all about.
Fantastic. And Brett, how did you go tonight? I'm just seeing we had you down in 35th, I think, by the end of the tonight.
Yeah, one of those races you want to forget, unfortunately. Just got in qualifying the last minute, actually, so I was a bit rushed. Was doing alright. Spun in the hairpin, so I tried to stay off track and let the train go past. I think it was up in 17th or something at the time. So yeah, just a recovery drive from there. Had a couple more incidences, and yeah, kind of put me in that position, unfortunately. But other than that, it was a good race.
Yeah, and what were your thoughts when you saw this was all going to be in one huge split of 59 drivers and keep it clean?
Yeah, I thought this was going to be awesome. No, I was very surprised actually that we used up all the pit bays. It was yeah, I didn't expect that many.
I've seen a few tears come through the microphone from the other end of a TeamSpeak when we're seeing one split, but that's how it is.
But I think everyone did relatively well considering the size of the field. I think there wasn't too many incidences on the first lap. It was quite clean.
If that was a GT3 series and there was that many cars on the track, it would have been a lot more chaos. So I must admit, yeah, there were some incidents through the race, but I think everyone behaved themselves pretty well.
Yeah, just the calibre of drivers as well. Everyone stepped it up a notch. We've got a few other faster drivers that are coming in from other series, so it's getting around, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic to have some of the top Australian iRacing drivers and real world drivers out there tonight, mixing it up with everyone. It was great to call, but for the viewers out there, if you want to see what 55 GT3s look like on the track at the same time, tune in this Sunday night for the SEK Queensland GT3 sprint round, where we will have, I think, Adrian, correct me if I'm wrong, about 56 guys taking to the grid this Sunday night.
Yeah, approximately 56 guys, Benny. And it's going to be a hectic race if this is anything to go by, and we know how keen the boys are in that racing.
Well, that's right. So, Aaron and Brett, you should tune in and watch that. It could be quite entertaining for the viewers. But before we let you two go, do you want to give a shout out to your team or anyone else?
Yeah, all the other drivers tonight from Redback Racing. Yourself, Bernie, for broadcasting tonight with Adrian. Racing marshals as well tonight. I think they had it pretty tough with the size of the field, so props for them.
Yeah, I'd like to give a big shout out to the series, and Trent and Matt. The guys are doing a really good job, and all the other competitors. Great racing. It's very close. We'll be back. Thanks to my sponsors, RRTV. You guys are great, and the rest of the Redback team for being around and enjoying some testing. And I want to give a big shout out to Adrian's microphone. It sounds much better this week, mate.
Oh, geez, cheers.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming up, and go and have a well-earned rest.
Thanks, Jenny. See you later.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
All right, folks, we are just about at the end of this. What we'll do is bring Trent Thomas up with Matt and Scott, the guys that were all behind tonight, and have a bit of a chat with them.
Hello? Oh, shit.
Excuse me. Welcome to RRTV's commentary box, guys. Trent, from race administration tonight, how did it go for you?
Oh my goodness, that was pretty full on. I think we had 59 starters there, and the first few laps in race control trying to figure out what was going on was a bit full on. But yeah, it was a bit of a technical issue. We had to run the one split tonight, so it was a big field, and again another big night for this season. Last week we had about 60 odd cars and another 60 odd cars this week too, so yeah, it's definitely going strong.
I'm gonna hide in my little corner. I'm very sorry to any viewers out there that I just offended. Sorry about my language.
That's alright, Scott. We can always throw you out of the commentary booths. But Trent, looking at the amount of guys we had tonight, 59 on the track, firstly, were you surprised at how incident-free that was in the first 3 or 4 laps?
Yeah, I guess it could have been a lot worse than what it was. Yeah, there was a lot of guys at the beginning were giving room, and then just on cold tyres, I think, caused most of the incidents early on. Cars slipping and sliding a little bit, and yeah, cars making contact, unfortunately. But yeah, the first half of that race, the first 10 laps, was probably pretty full on from a race control point of view, just making sure that any contact that was made, whether it was needed a drive through or not, was pretty intense. But the second half of the race, cars had spread out, and the guys settled down a lot after that.
Yeah, fantastic. And the second part of that question, we had 59 on the grid tonight. Is that something you guys are thinking of repeating for future smacks, or are we going to go back to a 2-split type situation next week?
I think we definitely want 2 splits where possible. There was a bit of an issue, as I said a bit earlier. We didn't think we could run the 2 splits tonight due to race control restraints, so we needed to keep it to 1 split. But ideally, yeah, we definitely would have gone 2 splits for that race, probably 30 cars per split there. But that's definitely something in the future. Yeah, we'll try to avoid large fields like that, because I don't know what it's like for the viewers. I'm sure, hopefully there was a good race for them to watch, but I think for the drivers and even for race control, I think 60 odd cars is just a little bit too much for one race.
Yeah, so who did we have in race control tonight? I know you were down there feeding the information to us, but were Scott and Matt doing race control tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt was in there. Scott was a late joiner into race control, and yeah, I was the third eye, so we sort of all trying to keep an eye on what was going on across the 60 cars, which was yeah, pretty difficult.
I don't think we'll ever do that ever again, because yeah, because I think Matt was planning to do that whole thing on himself, so what, have 2 sets of eyes watching 60 cars? That would have never happened, because it's hard, even with the amount of cars, like not all those cars showed up on the actual replay for me as well as Matt, even though I had the car set up to 63, so at least we had 3 people to try and look, and I think some of the instances we still missed, but yeah.
Yeah, and I know my telemetry here was struggling to keep track of all of the drivers, but I think we did a fantastic job, you know. Not only you guys running the series tonight, but us getting it out to the viewers, hopefully. But getting to race control tonight, we noticed there's a few incidents there. Were there any under investigation or anything like that?
I'll let Matt take that question. He made note of the instances throughout the race.
Yes, we had a number of drive-thrus. Aaron C. Lee, Justin, not going to try and pronounce his last name, I can't remember it actually, Brett Wilson, and another Joseph, and then we will have 4 post-race penalties at this stage. Brett Wilson will receive another penalty, Ian Bevan will receive a penalty, Paul Travara will receive a penalty, and Damien Carr will receive a penalty at this stage. So quite a few penalties coming from the race, but let's not forget that we had a lot of drivers that didn't receive a penalty and had some great racing out there tonight still.
Yeah, that's right. You know, considering we had 59 guys take to the grid, that's not too bad really in the amount of penalties that were handed out tonight.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic job, guys, and well done. I think we've got one more person to bring up, which is Scott Newton, for an interview, so we might let you guys give a shout out to your series sponsors if you like, and then we'll move you back down to the chat area.
Yeah, give a shout out to Monster Designs. They take care of design stuff, website designs and ad designs and things like that, as well as quickbeds.com. We are in the grassroots program, so if you go to quickbeds.com, enter the grassroots code 1564 when booking a hotel accommodation, and the team or the organisers will receive a donation from QuickBeds in order to keep this series running and growing as it is.
I just want to butt in. Yeah, if any sponsors are out there that are watching the broadcast, or anyone that is knowing a business that would be willing to sponsor us, feel free to send an email to smackracecontrol@hotmail.com for your inquiries, and because just a nice help for the series to cover some of the costs that Trent has to fork out of his own pocket every season and stuff. So just want to put that out there.
No worries. So if there's any businesses out there looking at wanting to advertise and back this great series, definitely chase up Scott Connors or Trent Thomas and have a chat with them. Alright guys, well thanks for coming up, fantastic job, and we better bring Scott up and then we better wrap this broadcast up.
Thanks guys for doing this every week. I really appreciate your work.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Okay, Adrian, did you want to give Scott Newton a quick interview?
Yeah, we'll get Scott up here and have a quick one. Hey Scott, welcome to the RRTV booth. How was the race, mate?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Adrian, a pretty good start. Unfortunately didn't gain any positions off the start, but yeah, it was just pretty close racing the whole race through, to be honest. It was really good. Yeah, coming up to the first pit stop, I was in between, I'd say, P6 and P8, and I managed to somehow get up into the top 5. Maybe just people taking tyres or pit lane penalties, but yeah, just got caught up with a couple of lap cars and running wide, especially at Casio Triangle or the final chicane. Just put me back a little bit, but yeah, it was really close racing, and I want to congratulate all the guys for the clean racing that they had, especially around where I was.
Yeah, it was really good racing there right at the end, mate. There was a good battle for basically third position. Very intense and close racing.
Yeah, for sure. I was really lucky also to get on the inside of the one of the cars that half spun on the exit of the final chicane to pick up P6. So yeah, pretty stoked about that.
And how did you like all the racing with that many on the grid? It was quite a large field tonight.
Yeah, it was quite a large field. I didn't expect to have 59 cars on the grid, but there may be a bit of a talk on the forum about it. But yeah, in my personal view, I think there could be a cap on. I think there should be a cap on it, to be honest. But just due to the back markers and all that sort of thing, where we were catching them and all that sort of thing. So, but other than that, yeah, it's a great series, and yeah, it's one that I'll be keeping racing with her for a long time.
Yeah, fair enough. If you get back on the come watch the replay back, there was a bit of a technical issue tonight, and that's why that was put into one split tonight. But I don't, by the sounds of it, they're going to do too many of these. But as a spectator view tonight, I think it was a lot of action there for you, everyone, and. We did hear that the front tyres were going off. How were your tyres at the end there?
For me, they were pretty consistent. It was just in the draft there was a little bit understeer. But I think with the medium downforce set or the iRacing defaults, there is a little bit of understeer built into them for ease of use for the many thousands of people that tried the car as well. So, but yeah, to me the tyres felt fine, to be honest. I didn't need to take them in the stop. So
yeah, cool. And how often are you going to be? Are you regular in this series? I'm just sorry, Scott. I'm just new tonight, so I'm feeling my way through this once again. So new to the series, or you've been in it for a long time, and definitely planning on staying if you are.
This is my second race in Star Mazda Australian Championship, and yeah, from the racing I've had in those two races, yeah, I'm definitely coming back and staying whenever I can race.
Yeah, very cool. And how could you explain to the viewers how the car feels and what it draws on and different to some of the other vehicles that you've driven?
I feel that this Star Mazda car, especially for this build, is quite easy to drive. I've been playing around in this series with the with it being fixed setup, and obviously in another series that's open setup, and yeah, it's a great car to drive, to be honest. Comparing it, say, to the FW31, which is another car that I drive in the European SOFs, to be honest, this feels a little bit of a Sunday drive, but that's obviously because it's a different formula completely, especially with the speed differences and the downforce levels and the amount of changes that you can actually do to the car as well. But both cars are great to drive, to be fair.
Yeah, cool. I might just quickly hand you off to Bernie for a quick second, but thanks, mate. Good race, nice, consistent, and we should see you next week.
No worries, Adrian. Cheers.
Yeah, Scott, well done on your sixth position finish tonight. That was fantastic drive by you tonight. And before we let you go, do you want to give a shout out to your sponsors?
I'd like to thank the Apex Racing Academy. I'd also like to thank Leo Bodnar at Sim Steering, simputers.co.uk, and obviously to Precision Sim Engineering for their sponsorship.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for hanging around and popping up for a chat. We apologise for how long you had to wait. We just had quite a few interviews to get through tonight.
It's all good, Bernie. It was quite an interesting talk in the interview channel as well, so it was a good way to pass the time as well. So I'm happy to jump into an interview after the race if needed.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Scott, and might see you next week, mate.
No worries. Cheers, Bernie.
Well, Adrian, to sum this race up, I guess all I could say is wow, that was one huge field. As far as picking a driver of the night, I have absolutely no clue. Do you have any idea?
Hard one. I think Sam, possibly Bernie. Just looking quickly at where he started and where he finished. Kudos to that. It's not an easy feat to come from 15th and finish on the podium. So I'd probably reckon the driver of the night probably go to Sam. And I know there's probably probably another 3-4 guys out there that probably deserve it, but Sam sort of sticks out there just because of the podium finish and his starting position.
Yeah, and the other one would probably be shout out to Daniel Benefield, coming from 59th, finishing 16th, even running out of fuel, pit lane drive-through. So he had an action-packed night, but yeah, definitely, there's so many drivers out there tonight. I'll probably say Sam, because he, got it all the way up to, where did he finish? 3rd position, so that was brilliant from 15th. So Adrian, your first call of the Star Mazdas tonight, you're thrown in the deep end, and what were your thoughts of it?
Exciting. Just goes to show that probably Sunday we've got a handful or a very big job on our hands on Sunday with the SEK. So it was a good warm up. Loved the series. If this is what the racing's like week in, week out, where have I been, and why haven't I been doing it earlier? So and to get to know, I do know half of the guys anyway through other series. So I'll be back again. I think, Bernie, and annoying my wife that I'm jumping on here and calling the races with you.
Yeah, well, the Star Mazda's Australian Championship has to be the best open wheeler championship in Australia at the moment. It was really demonstrated tonight again. But, and then we've got SEK, so we're pretty lucky up here in the commentary booth to be treated to such great series. Anyway, folks, we're going to wrap up now, but if you want to see an action-packed race and you love your GT3s, definitely tune in Sunday night for the SEK Queensland GT Sprint Round. I'm not exactly sure what time we'll be going live on air, but if you keep an eye on our Facebook page at facebook.com/redbackracingtv, I'll put up a post up there on Sunday with the race schedule. So anyway, Adrian, thank you so much for jumping in. It was great commentating with you again, and we've got another one Sunday. And thank you to all our viewers out there. If you liked our broadcast, click the like button. If there's anything you think we can improve, just leave a constructive comment, and because I read all of those, and we'll see if we can take your recommendations on board and put them in the broadcast. But on behalf of Adrian Jarvis, I'm Bernie Wiemers, and thank you for watching RRTV.